Ah, yes. We are here. We have made it. We're gonna wait a few minutes for everyone to get in, and then we're gonna start going. So yeah, gonna get getting all the game dev things going. I know it's been a while, so oh, it's been so long. Oh no. All right. Do. Yeah. And see my search history. Oh God, help me. No, please, please, no. Oh, spare me. Um, I'm forgetting how to play this game. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. So we got a bit of a plan today. So the plan for today is basically we're going to go through what we have and what we're going to do, and then maybe show off some stuff that we have for game, Steam page, some art, some good stuff. I'm going to first fail a chess game real quick, but we're definitely going to have some good stuff. Oh man. Oh, ping the Discord. That's a great idea. Great idea. Boom. Discord. Boom. 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 Discord has been pinged. Yay. All right. The audio delayed? I do not know. Mr. Shojiki, can you confirm if the audio is delayed or not? My man on the inside. Yes. Alrighty, let's see. Hi, welcome back. It's been a hot second. Oh, right, it's not my turn. There we go. But yeah, we're gonna do some cool stuff. We're gonna get some stuff going. Alrighty, so I suck at this game so much. Boom. Okay. Boom. Bum, 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 bum. So sorry. Well, I don't know if I can actually fix that without stopping the stream, and I don't want to break anything, but I'm going to look into it and make sure that it's fixed. Okay, the camera is slightly delayed. You know what? It could be just the camera. This is a really bad camera, and I need to replace it as soon as possible. um, or I will cry. Um, but yeah. So we're gonna have some good stuff going. Yeah, I know. We're definitely new at this again. Gotta get back into the streaming mindset. Forgotten a few things, but we're gonna guess ourselves there. But yeah, we got some people in here. I'm gonna fail this chess game, and then we're gonna actually get started because I got stuff to show. But yeah, should be a good time. I don't know what the best move is. That is the move. There we go. See, I chose to win that game, of course. Yes. But anyway, welcome back. I've been gone for a little while. Don't worry why. But basically, I've been busy. So basically, the idea is that I am trying to make a Steam game. And in fact, we actually have a live Steam page now. So you should go wishlist Scrap Divers on Steam. But let me explain to you what it even is. Basically, a long time ago, I had a stupid idea to put raccoons with guns into a game. I then spent way too long making that not happen. We're gonna go through some of my Unity project stuff. I literally, I'm gonna explain this a little later, but I literally had like 20 Unity projects, and I just combined them all like a week ago. So it was a long time coming to get something going, and we already have like 51 wish lists before we even had anything real. Like it's been this page has been live for maybe 2 months, maybe a month and a half, and I haven't really said anything about it. We've talked about it a little bit in like posts and in the Discord, but there's been steady progress on getting little things here and there. Don't mind this, but like, you know, getting ourselves going. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go through what I've built, and then we're going to try and, you know, see how bad this is, but mainly seeing what we've built, the plans for the future, and then of course maybe we'll play a game later, or talk through some of the systems and stuff I want to do. So yeah, we went from this thing 6 months ago to Unity's yelling at me already, and I haven't even done anything yet, to these amazingly drawn raccoons and a decent 3D model. So we're getting there. Um, so yeah, we're feeling pretty good. Was there a collab that we put it in the description? Yes. So I actually retroactively did that because recently, one of the videos that I've made, the Bad Piggies video, blew up and got an extra like a ton of views out of nowhere. So Mr. Shojiki, you should go subscribe to him. But anyway, I think I added that, yeah, here, and I have to retroactively add it to a bunch of videos because now this is gonna be kind of huge. But anyway, point is, we actually got some good stuff going, and I've done some other things. Like I've actually made like a Lego Mecha Chameleon. I just haven't made a video for it yet. I've tried and I haven't gotten there yet. So we actually have a lot of cool stuff to do, and actually to show today. So I feel pretty good about what we're gonna do. But back to this. The idea behind Scrap Diver is that you play as a raccoon, and hopefully you're able to do some cool stuff. So I think we might have some issues. Yeah, okay, we got to do some package stuff so I can show this off. Yeah, we're gonna have some issues. Let's see. Remove that. I think we also need to install the universal render pipeline. No, it's in here. Why are you crying? It's crying. Let me see here. Unity's being Unity. We love that. I might just close this actually, and then we can do it. Fine, I'll do it myself. So let's remove this, remove it to the cycling bin, and we'll reclone it. We'll restart. But yeah, so how have you been? How have you guys been? It's been a long time. We're getting there. Oh no. Thank you for the super chat. Let me check my things are shown. Let me full screen this so I can see usernames. Mamig404, thank you for the super chat. The Wii U is a very fantastic console. I think a lot of people are wanting me to do some projects like that soon, so I think we're going to see a renaissance into some things. Let me see. Scrap Divers. There we go. Clone. So yeah. We're doing it. But yeah, we've got a lot of cool stuff to do. I think we might also maybe take a look back at the things we've built because I want some motivation. Things have been crazy this year, so I'm hoping to get back to making things because I really like making things and I'm tired of not having things made. Alrighty, so let's start with how many projects this has been. We're gonna load these up, but basically what happened is I had 1,000 different GitHub projects just for this one thing, and it was where I did different things. I took things like models, inventory system, you know, bootstrapping, settings, like everything, and I almost did it in like a different actual thing. And what sucks about that is that it was so hard to figure out where I was supposed to do things. And so I wrote a script recently, and what it did is it went through all of these and finally actually went ahead and made one big repo where it has all of those sub ones into it. So now finally I have everything in one place. All right. Thank you, Rainbow Kappa. Whoa, that's $10. Thank you. Have you considered working on Unity for 3DS projects in the future? I have. I've been actually Shojiki knows this. I've been looking for a 3DS. I've been looking for specifically red chrome 3DS. I've been looking specifically for this one, but I know that I want to get the new 3DS XL. This is the one I really want. And I want to basically take that and I want to mod it. So I want to be able to record on it, and there's mods that let you do like USB-C. There's mods that let you do capture card stuff, and there's also mods to obviously pirate games. Definitely not do that. But I basically want to do my Wii U video, if you guys remember, but for the 3DS. I want to also maybe remake that Wii U video. A lot of people have been asking for my tutorial on how to make Wii U games to be remade, and I think we need to obviously go through this again because I think a lot of people love this. I also think that now that Nintendo has kind of broken this, we need to go back and maybe do some research. I still have my Wii U on my shelf. It's a wonderful shelf, but I need to maybe put it back on my desk, right? So yeah, Rainbow Kappa, definitely gonna take a look at making a 3DS video, but also Wii U videos too. I think they're both the same because it's both Unity, right? So I think you're going to see dedicated videos for each, but also like a combination tutorial again. Um, Importing from Japan. I want to do that. I want to import a 3DS from Japan. I think that would be amazing. I think it'd be a great story, honestly. But anyway, yeah, the Shelf of Wonders. But I forget what I was talking about. Right. I think I was talking about this. Right. So anyway, I was finally able to put it all into one repo for the game, and that's what this is. Now, you might be wondering, this is pretty disgusting. It's not really explained what each of these pieces are, and that's basically my fault. But we can go through this, and we're gonna basically see as much as possible what is something like that I can show. And basically, I want to go and find some player stuff so that way you guys can actually see me running around with the raccoon, because I think it's important to maybe show off at least a little bit of what I've done recently. 2 months ago, here we go. I don't know, 17? I want to make sure I'm finding ones that have stuff. That's just that. 16? Yeah. You just took your Wii U out of your closet? Yeah, I gotta dust off everything. Like, I just got my VR headset fixed up, and I got my 3D printer fixed up because a coworker wanted me to remake the Uno pieces for like Uno Jenga, and it was really cool because I've been trying to recreate these, but I made them too small, and I need to scale them up, obviously. But I got to get on that because I think it's been a while, and she's probably gonna kill me. But yeah, so history. Bean enemy fix. I don't know which one this is, so we should load it and just see what happens. Let's see. Boop. It's gonna yell at me. That's fine. What do I have installed? This one is probably the best. Go. All right. Goodbye, Square Donut. Good luck. Skylanders VR win. we can look into it, but honestly, yeah, I think I want to get this big project done. I have so many side things. Also, speaking of side projects, we can actually clone a different project that I can show you guys later. Mecha. Oh, brick. All right, we'll have to find it, but I do have Lego Mecha Chameleon that I can show today too, because it'd be kind of cool. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So we're getting there. Everything that's shown here will be used for future raccoon animations. Maybe. Peek the game. So yeah, let's close that. We'll wait for this to actually load. But yeah, I'm very excited to kind of see where this is gonna kind of go, cause enter safe mode. Enter safe mode. Da 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 da. All right. Do Lego Scrap Divers. Oh no, I might do it. I can see it happening. Unity's yelling at me. Close. Coding. Yay. Get instance ID. Joy. We already have issues. All right. Let's just see if I can ignore it for now and exit save. Yeah. Oh no. I'm frozen. My screen is frozen. All right. Give me a second. Let me Ba 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 ba. Okay, let's bump it. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. We're back. We're back. Are we back? Maybe. But we'll see in a second. How about that? But let's see what's happening in Unity Land. Da 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 da. Alrighty. Ba ba da ba. That's okay. I want to see if this is even working because I think there's some issues. Oh God. Okay. All right, we have some issues there. That's fine. Use get entity ID instead. Okay, we can do that. Boop, boop. This is what I get for changing Unity versions. Go. Beans. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. The implicit operator. Blah, 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 blah. That's fine. We don't care. It won't run. That's not cool. Implicit operator is obsolete. Entity ID will not be. Returns da 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 entity ID. Googling your problems. We're doing live bug testing. Yay. Unity docs. Do 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 do. Ah, I am understanding. Equal determines whether the specified returns a hash code for the entity, determines whether the return string returns from the inner ID from tooling or creates a raw data. Do 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 do. I think we can just kind of get the raw data, right? Yeah, let's do that. That work? Oh no, I probably just have to go like this. Yeah, there we go. Maybe? I'm not too worried about this. But anyway, we do have some good stuff here, so I'm not too worried. I wonder what version of Unity we had before, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. When you take your shot and lather yourself in the scrap divers, baked beans. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it looks like we also have this stuff. So maybe we got to just full out just change the Unity version because all of this is broken, which sucks. And I don't want to just bug fix on stream. I want to just show stuff. So what we do know is that this is actually not the newest version of the game because I had way better versions of it. So 18/environment, 15 we checked. I'm thinking, what's environment? See, this is how bad it is. I don't even have these labeled. Oh man. This is what I get for using a script to combine everything. Environment. Huh? Okay. Let's try and relaunch this. What version is it asking for? 6.5. That's fine. Let's go. Go. All right. That's a lot closer to what we had before. Let's reset this because we'll probably talk about stuff in a second. But yeah, I kind of want to just show what's happening with Scrap Divers because it is really cool and it looks awesome, but it's just lacking the game, you know, like a game loop. So I'm hopeful to, you know, try and get that going as like a single entity because I don't know, I want that next step, you know what I mean? So let's see. Well, while this is loading, maybe I can talk about some of the other things I wanted to talk about today. So, I want to talk about the art process because it isn't just about making the game; it's also making a good Steam page. And I think we actually have some pretty good branding and stuff going for this. The issue now is the game. Like there's some cool parts of the game where we have things like the terrain changing. We have things like basic weapons. We have enemies. We have terrain updating and sliding and movement and momentum. And in earlier versions of the project, we have inventory stuff. So there's a lot of pieces to the game. We've got things like big enemies that'll like eat terrain. We've got like the idea for how this should look and feel. But it's really not together. And I really want to put it all together and be able to show, like almost like not like a demo that's public, but like I don't know how to describe it. Like, be able to give it to almost Discord members, right? I want the visceral sight of seeing it all work. All right, give me a second. It's a little broken. There we go. Now we're seeing a raccoon. There we are. There we are. We need a Scrap Divers plushie. Yes, we do. I do want to get a Scrap Divers plushie. But once this loads, we can take a look at what's happening. Alrighty. He's scrap diving it. So, as you can see, we got some basic stuff. We got like terrain building, and obviously we have this raccoon that runs around, and it's like so crazy. I love the way this feels. You can slide, you can run. If I let go, I can actually see my raccoon, and if you get too close, it hides. It's like, and then you can swing your little crowbar, you can block with your thing, and it's dynamic enough where I can add any weapon I want, any shield, any sword, any gun, and it just automatically works. And I think that that's going to be really awesome to kind of see moving forward. How hard was the initial submission process when getting my page live? It actually was not that hard. I had a Steam thing paid for like 4 years. Actually, here, I'll show you how long I had a Steam thing up for. When was this channel created? This channel was created in October of 2020. And around that same time, I paid for Project Greenlight on Steam. When I did, I went through like 5 to 10 other Steam games. One was like goblins who were like trying to escape dungeons and make snacks. Another one was like a Jackbox ripoff. There was another one where it was like a ramen game where you like were making a ramen bowl, but it was like a puzzle game where it was like a puzzler. And then I've done just so much stuff, and I never really got to the point where I actually hit submit. So only like a month or two ago did I actually try and submit my Steam game, and they were super awesome about it. I don't want to show too much because I don't want to get in trouble, but what I can show is this. Yes, and there was another hamster game actually that we can actually we're gonna look at that hamster game. I have that that GitHub still. But if I go to graphical assets, this is not too bad for me to show. I can't show the rest of this website really, which sucks just because you don't want to get sued, right? But basically, as long as you actually submit art that's good, and then the second one is screenshots. You need to have screenshots that are pretty decent. My screenshots are pretty good, but I don't like the way they look. I want to make them better. But to get the page out, these are pretty good. I think they only denied one screenshot, but I'm not remembering, and I don't want to put words into someone's mouth. But they were very helpful when I had questions. And I don't want to break any NDAs. But what I can show is that there is a checklist, and this is a very public thing. You can go find it. That's basically like, yo, how to make it show is coming soon, right? So basically, as long as you have like your descriptions, your content surveys, you know, the publisher names, you know, your really it's the images and your description, right? But beyond that, it wasn't that hard. I think the hard part's going to be things like getting the trailer to come up and then be able to take that to the next level. So that's kind of where I'm at right now is I want to make a trailer from this. You know, I want to make this look better, right? Right now I have only, you know, one material here, and a raccoon, and I think the raccoon looks great. But like, how do you play the game? You know, is there inventory? You know, what's the goal of the game? For me, I know that I want the goal of the game to be like you dive onto Sky Islands like this, and you collect and you grow and you craft things and fight enemies like bosses. And then once you are kind of through that basics, you almost want to like go to like a hub world with either you or your friends, because I want this to be multiplayer, and kind of go from there. I know that I've been maybe a little too silent about this, but I actually did do a side quest where I built a separate project, which was actually Lego Mecha Chameleon. So we'll take a look at that. And I got networking working. So we have all the pieces. We have all the pieces. I just have to put them together. And yeah, it would not be possible without all the other projects I've built. Definitely not. Like I'm using every bit of knowledge that I have to make this happen. And it is crazy. I think it takes a second before it lets me turn around. Let me turn around. Let me turn around. Stop being active. It's not working. There we go. Now I get to look at this guy. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. Um, I'm very excited to see where this is gonna go, and I kind of want to just go through more about like getting the page submitted because that's really what I've been fighting for the last couple months. So I paid an artist on a website called VGen, and basically VGen is like an anti-AI website. So their like statement is like, "Yo, for the love of human creativity, please no AI," right? And this is someone I found, Papog, and they were absolutely amazing to work with. Um, it took a while, but that's what you get when you know, pay good money, but also to try and get a good result. And I think we got a fantastic result. So they not only designed an amazing logo for this, but also he designed all of this stuff, the raccoons, the coins, you know, the wormhole. And you'll notice that that wormhole was from my shader. I created a custom shader for this kind of sky effect. Now it's going to be changed a little bit to make it run a little better, and also there's nothing for the top half of the world, so it's a little weird, but like this shader I made and it looks amazing. It's just made of math, and I gave this stuff to my artist, and they went crazy making it look good. Hold on, let me find where my thing is. There it is, Photoshop. There we go. And it's great because I have copies of this, but oh, I already broke it. It's great because I'm able to go ahead and select this and make my art however whatever size I want. I can make my own assets. I can put this raccoon wherever I want. I can cut out what I need. And by having, you know, the source of an actual artist, I can go in and be like, "Oh yeah, we can now make a thumbnail using this." You know, I went through, and that's how I made all of the art pieces for this game. And I'll actually show you a trick. If you ever want to see someone's art, you can actually go into here and you can go to Steam Poacher. Steam Poacher is a great website. You can go find, if you plug in the Steam like link or whatever, you're able to find all of the art that they have for their Steam page. So I plug in my store ID, here's all my Steam page art. Look, you got the little raccoons, you got the little guys, and you know, they're all in different positions. But that's because I was able to go in Illustrator and Photoshop and actually like do that. Since you mentioned AI, do you use it to help coding? I refuse to use it to code, but honestly hinders my progress so much since Google searches are nowadays so outdated. So let's go through AI. So there's two parts of AI. You've got, it steals everything from people and kind of regurgitates, right? And that doesn't help you, right? That's not learning. But then you also got things like mass tasks. So for example, you can have a little AI thing try and organize your project, but that's also bad because then you don't know where things are being moved, right? You don't know what's being written. You don't know where the code is. You don't know how it works. And finally, you didn't make it, right? For me, I think AI is a crutch, but I also think that it can be useful. I've been actually, I used to work at a more of a company where you do a lot of programming, and I don't want to say required, but we were strongly, heavily encouraged to use it, and it worked really well, especially for prototyping. But it kind of came at the cost of there was no SMEs, and SME is basically the subject matter expert. And I feel like whenever I had to build something, I didn't necessarily know how to immediately fix it because it was not built by me. It may have been designed by me. You know, you're going to go through and you want to still design something, even if you're using an AI. But at the end of the day, when you're building a game, there's so many systems, there's so many things. And when you're building your own game, you need to be your own subject matter expert. If there's no one playing this role, no one will know how to fix your game for you. You got to be able to know how to fix your own game. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think coding is a tool. Sorry, AI. At the end of the day, AI is a tool, but it's how you use it that makes it valuable. If you know how to program, very good tool. If you don't know how to program, it is not a good tool. It's gonna hurt you in the long run. I think for me, I do use it for things like small things like, hey, where in the world in the documentation can I find a fix for something? And it'll help me get resources on how to do it. Or another example is like, can you help me find a YouTube video that explains to me how Steam networking works? Right? That is the good use cases. It's kind of what the Google overview is really. If you think about a programmer's job is to, search out on Stack Overflow and find a solution to their problem. I think it's good for, that's a great example, like Rainbow and Kappa, it's good for examples. It's great to prototype, but it isn't good for long-term projects where you need to be a subject matter expert. Again, being the expert of your own game is important. You don't need to remember everything, but like you need your comments to make sense. You need your code to make sense. We were talking to a fellow programmer the other day, me and a friend, and we were looking through some code because we got some help from the AI, and we had to figure out how we were going to keep track of the AI generated code because there were some parts that were like, why in the world did it make this choice? Why does it do it this way? And it was hard to answer those questions. And that was fine. We were able to fix it, and it wasn't that much code. But at the end of the day, you need to know, because what if a different person needs to look at it? What if you need to look at it in 6 months and fix it? Like if I release a game like Scrap Divers, this is a complicated game. There's multiplayer, and when you have anything with networking, there's security issues, there's art issues. You don't want it to be doing that for you. Other file. Right, but it's like how I know how to program, but actually applying the knowledge to make the entire game is really hard. I ace my programming classes, but I just don't know how to actually code basic stuff. That's an interesting point. Yeah. If you're going to be if you're going to be in college and you just use AI to pass everything, you're not actually going to learn how to code. And vice versa. If you are an expert already and you're using it, you're not going to remember how to code in a while, right? And it starts to become problematic. So yeah, I think of it as a tool. You saw me earlier. I had GitHub Copilot open. It's there. I think a good example. Actually, I'm just going to show it straight up. I don't even use my subscription. This is this month's subscription. I used 15%, and most of that was for a project that someone needed help on, where we needed to go through something really quickly and try and fix some issues. And we did vibe coding because it was kind of something we needed to do very quickly, and we felt that it was valid in the context that the rest of the project was done by a human. Like 95% of it was done. We needed 5% more, and we're like, we need this done tomorrow. Boom, 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 we're done. So I did not use my subscription this month, right? It resets in a couple days, and I haven't used almost any of it. And for the same reason, I'm going to probably cancel this because I don't use it. And I think that's that's kind of my review. Is it's really good if you're an expert, but if you're not an expert, you need to learn. And if you're like me, where you like to really know what your code is doing, don't use it. And that's not a bad thing. This isn't a condemnation of AI. It's more of a understand its effects on you as a programmer. And you can not like it because you don't like it, because of all the environmental things and all those things. And those are true. You can not like it because of the legal issues. They haven't been decided yet. And that is true. And I also think that you are able to use it, but I also think that there's a lot of issues and we got to fix them all. But anyway, back to the artist stuff. This guy is amazing because, no AI art, right? So I wanted to go through an artist and actually get this done correctly. And they were a joy to work with. Seeing this come to life was so amazing. And being able to see my characters actually become real, I can't even describe it. And, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do, but I'm not skilled as an artist, right? And I don't feel like I want to use AI for this. I want to go to an artist, right? So I have like the fonts for how they made this. I now have this. Like this coin is going to be the logo of the game, probably. If not, I'll probably steal the head of the coin and make that the logo of the game. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do, and this cost about $160 something, which is pretty awesome. That's not that much. I got another quote for $1,000, but that was a studio that had made art for a lot of famous games, so I was not too upset to pass that up. But I did make a good relationship where I was like, hey, in the future, I would love to go to you. But $160, this is a great result for $160. But back to Unity. This game is amazing, and I'm so happy to have an artist that was able to kind of bring the Steam page to life, and now it's my job to bring the game to life. And like I said, yeah, we're probably going to go through a bunch of the GitHub repo stuff, and then we can take a look at kind of what my plan is. Again, I really want to get almost like a gameplay loop going. So right now, my game is a bunch of fragments. It's a bunch of boxes and modules. And I built them in modules because now I can bring them all together and build one game, right? One nice big game. Now, sadly, I don't want to just build a big game. I want to build a good game. So the goal of the next few weeks is to actually build one by one the final kind of project. And I don't mean that it's going to be done very quickly, but like we're talking about the bootstrap, and it loads up the input, and the input works with the save system, but they don't need to be working because they're modules, right? So like if your input module fails, you're not going to have a problem, right? It's going to fix itself. And that's kind of why I build stuff in this modular system. And if you look at this is kind of what's going to happen in this first scene of the game. So things like input, scoring, oh, what did my player have in their inventory? And then when you load the game, all of that, those systems are working and confirmed. So it's almost like building these modules not only lets me build it quickly and safely, but also I can build it to be like a long-term thing. What's a bootstrap? Let's go through a bootstrap. That's a great question. That's a good question. Good job. Good question. Let me get us some space. So what is a bootstrap? Bootstrap is when you click on a game, right? So game.exe. When you click on a game and it launches, sometimes you'll see a loading bar, right? Now, I'm not telling you that this is exactly how every game works, but the way my game's going to work is it's going to use a bootstrap. Now, that's something you code yourself. And the idea is that I'm going to go one by one and make sure that all my core systems are working. So that is your input and buttons, your mouse, your keyboard. That's going to be your save system. It's going to be things like your scenes and your scene management. It's going to be things like multiplayer. All of these things need to be initialized and done correctly, because if you break networking, you don't want the game to crash on your player, right? It shouldn't be their fault. It should be my fault when something doesn't work. So using a bootstrap is almost like a glorified checklist, and I get to take this onto any game scene that I want. Also, by doing it this way, it's a little easier to understand, like, oh, I'm going to add a save system. Perfect. Let me just add it to the end of my bootstrap, right? I don't need to do anything fancy. I can just say, hey, here's some more systems, right? Oh, I want to add something to my game. Perfect. Add it in here, or add it where it needs to be. And it's very, very useful. You don't need to use one. For example, Unity probably has a bootstrap that we never see, but I'm going to use my own bootstrap to basically say 1, 2, 3, 4, everything's good, start the game, right? And if it's not, tell the user why it's not working. For example, if you wanted to do like a modding system, this is where you would pick up where your mods are. This is where you'd pick up things like that. So yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so excuse me. I think we should take a look, instead of just this. I think someone mentioned looking at the really old projects that I had for this same thing. There was a version of this project from over a year ago called Ragnarrodent, and we're going to boot that up. 6,000.1. Let's do that. Let's hope it works. Boom. So, am I coding one on my own, or is there one built into Unity? So I don't know if there's one built into Unity, but what I am coding my own to make not only my one game better, but all of my future games. So for example, all of my future games that I publish can use the same bootstrap. Hey, where's the input system? Hey, where's the save system? It can happen all of them together. I'm not going to open it. Here, in fact, I'm going to remove it. No one's going to know what this is. No one knows what it is. No one's seen it. No one saw anything. So no, it's not an API. So an API is something that you can call on. But this Bootstrap is like a specifically a way to be able to put together my systems, not necessarily call them, right? You still need to be able to do that. I killed a project live on stream. Yes. Who needs projects anymore? Just remove them. Who just recite, just restart. Why do you think I have not posted in 9 months? Anyway. Oh man. Blah blah blah. There we go. Cool. Yes, it's gonna take a bit to load, but yeah, it's been really fun to put together a Steam game, and I'm very excited to see where it's gonna go. Another thing that I want to do is networking, right? So it's not just that you have like a bootstrap, because if you think about it, networking is like doubling your game's complexity. So something that I need to do, the way my multiplayer system is going to work is basically, you know, if you get an invite from a game or you start a lobby, I want it to be handled completely without the player getting upset. You don't want the player upset. You don't want them to be confused. You want them to be happy, right? So whenever there's a problem, Unity, you're killing me. Anyway, whenever there's a problem, you want to handle it without telling the user unless it's catastrophic. Like where you need to restart the game or something. So I've been building out a little module thing using the Lego Mecha Chameleon. And the goal is to basically be able to handle everything networking, all networking, in a very cool way, make it safe, make it secure, but also make it modular. So that way, if something breaks, you can still play like a single player version of the game. For example, if you don't have Wi-Fi. And again, like I said earlier with my modular modules, I want to be able to take this and extend it or use it in a different project. So it's a very fun little side quest here, but it'll be very useful when we get to the real stuff. So back to here. I've not seen this in a long time, so we're gonna be surprised as to what happens. Oh Lord, I remember this. This is a very old version of this game. Oh man. All right, and with the power of this, we have crazy game stuff. Look how bad it is. This was 18 months ago. And I do think of this as the predecessor to Scrap Divers. Right? High movement speed, super cool stuff. But man, was this an interesting game to try and put together. I tried to replicate the Attack on Titan like ODM gear, and it did not work very well at all. Have I thought about console ports in the future? I think console ports are actually not too hard. The reason why is because I've always built my input to work with controllers. So whenever I'm doing something or building something, I'm always looking at the controller stuff. I think the hard part is there's rules for PlayStation and Nintendo. So basically, here, let's go through it actually. So you can't just post your game to Switch or PlayStation or Xbox like you can do with Steam. You need to follow their rules. Now, to be clear, Steam has rules too. But these rules are very different. For example, the icons, the X button, the circle button, the square button, the triangle button, these need to be correct. Like PlayStation's and the Nintendo Switch have very specific rules on how you present their brand, and that includes their glyphs. There's also rules around networking. You can't just let people connect to each other. Certain platforms will not let you do that. It needs to be like a setting that you turn on for cross-platform. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to be able to do, and it really sucks that you have to follow those rules sometimes. But by building the game smart and thinking ahead, you can try and get around them. I think that console ports are not in the cards. It's not something I want to promise because it's not really worth it. When you have, I haven't published a game yet, right? So I'm not gonna force myself to do that. However, I will say things like the I think Unreal Engine has Unreal Engine, no, Unreal Networking working for game devs. Here we go. We have there's something that they have that's really awesome. Cross-platform. Hold on. I'm so sorry. We're looking at Epic Online Services. There we go. Epic Online Services. So, like, kind of like how Steam can let you do peer-to-peer to anyone, Epic Online Services is a free way to do the same thing, but with cross-platform. So if I was going to build a cross-platform game, I would use this or some other way of doing it that was also cheap. And this lets you do cross-platform between PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, all of it. And if you do pay, you get to have things like friends and other features that makes it easier. But it's going to work in the same way that like Among Us room code would work. So it's not necessarily the best way to do it, but it is an interesting way to do it. You might be able to get Nintendo, right? Math has suggested to get approved. Unfortunately, if you were making a... Oh, yeah, if I was making a hentai puzzle AI game, I probably wouldn't get approved. Yeah, that's fair, but also I think there's some good stuff. But my point with this is that I wouldn't build my game around this unless I knew that I could even build a game in the first place. So, I don't want to go into the cross-platform idea beforehand. But anyway, yeah, we do have 51 wish lists, and if you're interested in Scrap Divers, you should go wishlist it on Steam. Oh, you wonder what Scrap Divers is? Blah blah blah. You know, I gotta get that music. I gotta get like a little button that plays the music. Yeah. So long story short, we're gonna get there, and I think it's gonna be really fun. But there are rules you have to follow. You can't just do it, right? But yeah, let's load up another old project. I think I want to look up Decibel probably. GitHub, boop boop boop. Gunther? I don't remember what this is. This is all related, by the way. All of these projects are related to this core Scrap Divers. They're just the oldest versions of this project. Perfect. Perfect. Continue. Get the game out and then focus on building it out. No, you want to build it. You want to build a game to 100% before you release it, because if people don't like it and review bomb you, the game's dead. I agree to not overscope. I don't want to overscope the game, but I don't want to release a game that's bad. Do you plan to open source it like Celeste? No, but I can see myself open sourcing like my development tools or my modules. So for example, if I have an input module or a bootstrap module, I might publish that, because I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't want to publish the game though in its core, because I don't want people to try and find vulnerabilities, but I am okay with giving you like how my input system works, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think that there's anything bad with doing it that way. Yeah, I think Shojiki has it right. You want to finish your game before you publish it. There's no reason to publish an unfinished game. It's unacceptable. Oh, I remember this. So there was a really cool video that I loved, and I wanted to replicate its look. And basically it was like a first-person shooter. It was super simple, but I really wanted to make it look good. And this was one of my first kind of like, oh, it kind of looks pretty nice. And then like, you know, got target stuff, you know, you hit it, blah, blah, blah. You know, add some physics in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I don't want to overhype something that I haven't finished. That's why I haven't really uploaded, guys. Like, I've been really working on Scrap Divers, and with the exception of Lego Mecha Chameleon, which we'll look into in a second here, I really have been just focused on getting my systems together. Also, there's life things, right? I've had a lot of stuff happen this year. School has not been kind to me. I've had some issues with that, but that's how we move forward, right? We gotta finish all the things, right? So that's kind of the plan. So let's keep drilling down. I think I might want to try and find that Lego Mecha Chameleon thing, because I kind of want to show you guys, because I think it's really, really cool. Boom, Lego Mecha Chameleon. Let's go. Missing version 6005. Yes. Go. All right. pretty good stuff. But yeah, so I think we're making pretty good time actually. But yeah, so I should probably explain what even Scrap Divers is gonna be. So I don't want to build a friend slop game, but I do want it to be something that is friend sloppy. So for example, having multiplayer, being able to do stuff, but I want to make my game single player, right? Where you can just play it on yourself, play it yourself. One of my favorite games recently has been Escape from Duckov, which is actually I think I have it up. Yeah, I do, which is an amazing game that I've been loving playing recently. Hold on, where is it? There we go, store page. This has been a fantastic game that I've been loving. It came out last year, and it's an extraction shooter, but it's a single player game, right? So it's Escape from Tarkov, but without the problems. and what I want to do is I kind of want to make a single player game that has the ability to be a friend swap game rather than a friend swap game that has the ability to be single player. And I think it is a really cool game. It's pretty simple, but it's like there's so much love that's been put into this game, and I might play it. We might play it a little bit later if we get some time after we kind of showcase all the stuff we've been doing. Gotta go. All right, I will have fun breaking stuff. I hope you break some stuff too. Your files in GitHub have been synchronizing for 30 minutes. Oh no. Good luck. I feel your pain. But yeah. Shojiki, are you doing what I think you're doing? Little rascal. All right, let's see here. All righty. All right, I think he's doing what I think he's doing. Shojiki, do you have this version of the project where I have to send you a new build? Because I think it'd be really cool to show everyone the real stuff. Welcome to the Backrooms, by the way. So part of me building my own Steam game is also being able to build out the next level of the game. So for example, recently I wanted to build my own version of Mecha Chameleon, and I wanted to do it with Lego. And so, I gotta set this to 4K. And I've had some fun doing it actually, and I'm forgetting my exact controls. There we go. And it works. It's so cool. But I'm gonna make a build real quick and send it to my friends so we can show this live working together. But I think that this has been probably the best way for me to learn how to do networking, is by building a game that's super small. This isn't even a full game. You just saw it doesn't even have a real what's it called? A real anything. So yeah. Gameplay loop. We have a very basic one. I think I have shooting working, but I don't think it's actually working. So that's the upsetting part. That's why I haven't really made a video on this yet. There's no shooting. There is multiplayer and it works. There is painting, but as you can kind of see, there's no color picker. There was another version of it that had a lot of Minecraft stuff. Actually, it had Minecraft Legos in it, and that one did have color picking. But it had a lot of issues with blending in. So we'll kind of see. I think we can do some middle clicking though. All right. Once this builds though, I can send it to my friend. But the Mr. Shojiki. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. We got some good stuff going. And I know that I've been gone for a while, but genuinely this has been so much fun to try and build. The year's been pretty stressful too, and being able to see even the channel go up 200 and something subscribers in that time. I'm sorry, 2,000 subscribers in that time is wild. Seeing old videos blow up again has been wild, and I really want to get us going though, because there's a lot of cool stuff we can do, and all we need to do is build it. So we're probably going to do a lot more live streams. You're probably going to see clips from live streams too being uploaded onto the short side, but I want to get videos going. Videos are where it's at, right? Yeah. I really want to do updates on the game dev stuff, because honestly, I think y'all have been so amazing when I talked to you in my Discord, which, by the way, we have a Discord. You should go check it out. But my Discord members have been super supportive of this entire project from the beginning, where they actually help us get from point A to point B, giving me review stuff, play testing, being able to see stuff early. So if you want to see stuff early, you should join my Discord, because they know about Lego Mecha Chameleon. They know about all the Scrap Divers stuff, and they've been following this from day one. So go join Discord. It's like my elite little squad, and it's free. So go join up. It's in the description somewhere. Thank you, Mr. Shochiki. Good stuff. But as we kind of move forward here, you're going to see a lot more of me. I don't want to overhype the project, but I do want to hype the project. I want to show people it. I don't want to just shadow drop a game. Speaking of shadow dropping a game, you know what'd be really funny? Everyone has been talking about GTA 6, right? Everyone's been talking about GTA 6. But if you think about it, right? All of the games, like this is all of the games that are releasing. GTA 6 has made almost a bubble of emptiness around itself, because no one wants to go near it. So everyone's moved their games either earlier or after the GTA 6 release date. But what if we release our game in the middle of GTA 6's release? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But I think this is funny, and this is a really funny idea that I've seen people come up with. I think it'd be cool, but I don't think I'm gonna have my project done by that time, sadly. But I think it'd be really funny, and someone should do it. Take my idea, please. It's free. It's free real estate. Boom. All right. Reset for the next thing, and we do have a build. Let me send this over to my good person. No, not copy as path. Oop. Zip it up. Do it. Do it. Let me set that up. Yep, that's good. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let me make sure my Discord's working. Yes, it is. Perfect. Beautiful. Good stuff. We'll send this over to my friend, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. Is it okay if the game's a blank screen? Honestly, maybe. I think you can get away with it if you do some work. I think there's some cool ways to maybe get away with it. But yeah, so I basically built this backrooms model for my Lego Mecha Chameleon game, and it was really easy. I just took some Legos from Mecha Bricks, which is a really awesome Lego 3D modeler, and then built this out, and then I'm able to build on top of it with the networking stuff. So I can't wait to kind of get this going with the Mr. Shochiki. Wormhole you? I'm gonna wormhole you. Wormhole. Actually, I want to talk about Wormhole. I was shown Wormhole recently by a friend, and Wormhole lets you upload files and send it to people for free. And all you have to, and it has a maximum of like 10 gigabytes, but you just send it to them like a P2P server, which is really cool. And they just built it for free, and it just works. I love that. And this is the kind of stuff that you want to see, you know, open, free stuff that's better than everything else. So these two people, thank you very much for your sacrifice. Let me see here. Is it done? I think I literally closed it. Desktop, build, this, perfect. Send files. Boom. Copy link. I don't want to show this because I don't want people to steal my stuff. But yeah, we'll have a good time. All right, we're doing good. We getting there. Oh man. All right, perfect. Copy the link. I'm going to send this to my friends, and then we should be good to go once that's going. So yeah. All right. Doop. Get out of there. Get over here. Yes. But yeah, we can probably play a little game while he's grabbing it, so we can keep the stream moving. But yeah, I think we can probably. I want to look at least one or two more builds from Scrap Divers before we kind of move on from that entirely. But it's been a very, very productive project so far. I'm very proud of seeing where it's going. Because it didn't need to work. You know what I mean? All right. I suck at this game so much. I have like 100 and something day streak, and I just want it to stay, and I keep semi forgetting to play. And then I freak out at like midnight when I need to like throw in a daily play. No, I do not take your bait. There we go. Yeah. Check DMs. Perfect. All right. Let me lose at this game so that way we can very quickly get destroyed by Mr. Shojiki. Die. Boom. Oh, yeah. Go here. Please. Please, so I can fork you. Please. No. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to keep up, especially now that I'm like back to being more of a full-time boy. It's definitely harder to keep up with as time goes on. And I'm hoping that I can keep up with it, basically. I messed up. No. Boom. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, no. I might just resign. Yeah, that was bad. All right, anyway, back to this. So, I'm going to create a lobby, and we're basically, when you're building a game, you're allowed to use Space War. And Space War is kind of like a development project that Valve lets you use when you're either developing a game or secretly playing a game you're not supposed to. So if I host a lobby, I should be able to have Shojiki join. Do I need to send you the ID? I think I do. Boop, just in case. And yeah. Did I have my poses set up? I don't remember. I do have my poses set up. Nice. Oh, there he is. See? See, it works. I'm not a liar. Change your pose, sir. Change it. You going. Anyway. But yeah, it's been really fun to put this kind of stuff together. And this has helped me put my networking solution together, which has been really great. And this is going to be used in Scrap Divers, which is awesome. All right, I'm getting a call. Hello there. All right, give me 1 second. I need to turn desktop audio on. Can you speak again? Uh-oh. Try again.
Hello?
There we go. Everyone, welcome Shojiki to the stream.
Sorry about that. You were screaming at me, change pose, but there's a delay, so I'm just like sitting here like, oh.
I don't know. Yeah. Wait a second.
I don't know how to color myself. Ooh, good cam.
F. So if you press F, you can color yourself. Which is really cool. And then the number keys at the top is how you set up your stuff. Oh no. Oh no, it's so crazy. So is netcode literally rendering all the objects and pretending that they are? So basically, all you need to network is the things that change. So his environment and my environment are actually not talking to each other. They don't need to talk to each other. So actually, I'm going to explain this a little better. So the way that you can do networking is each player has a room, and through the internet, you don't need to talk about the rooms. You just need to talk about what the player is doing. And this is what makes networking fast. You just need to make the player happen. Or let's say you have like an object, right? You want this to be networked, but you don't need to network the environment unless the environment's doing something. For example, if you had an explosion, you would network it. But you don't need to network the world existing, right? Because it's already in your game. It's kind of like you're faking a little things, but it's cool to see. All right, wait. Now I have to find you. Wait a second. Wait,
I don't know how to pick the colors.
I don't think you can in this version, which sucks.
That's
But
fine.
hold on. Do I
You'll
get
never be able to find me.
I have a gun. I have a gun. It doesn't shoot anything, but I have a gun. Oh man, this is so bad. This is oh, there you are. There you are. I found you. I found you. You can't hide from me. You
Not my
can't hide from
leg.
me. Oh man. It's so bad. But
Uh-oh.
you know,
Able to move now. Oh, there we go.
by kind of like setting all this up, you're able to really get to know Unity networking and Steam networking and all this stuff. So I actually feel very confident building out my game, because my game's networking is actually, this is not my game. Hold on, where's my Steam page at? There we go. My game's networking is actually surprisingly similar. All you need to do is join a lobby, right? Join either your friends in a private lobby or a public one if you're crazy, and play the game as normal. So yeah, I'm falling. Oh no, I'm gone. Goodbye, world.
Yeah, I did that too.
Do you need to publish a game that uses Steam networking? No, this game's not published. Lego Mecha Chameleon is unofficial, right? This is just using Space War. So if you build a game using Space War, or you make a pirated game pretend it's Space War, you can use Steam networking, which is great. The only thing you'll lose is things like achievements. But that's still really good to learn how the game works, learn how it works. So for example, my Steam game does have a code because I'm publishing on Steam. So I actually have my own game. And the way you can check is if you go into your library, you can actually see that I'm running Space War, right? I'm not playing Space War. I'm actually using Unity, right? I'm building a game using Unity, and it works with builds too. But you'll also notice that I actually have Scrap Divers, wherever it is. Here it is. I have Scrap Divers as an actual thing, which is great. And I think that this is probably something that people don't necessarily think about, is that once you do buy a position on Steam, you can now network stuff yourself. But no, you don't need to publish it or even start to publish it to build it yourself. All you need is kind of those basics, or at least Space War, which is really convenient. But yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
if you wanted to join back up real quick, I have a better hiding place, and I also sent you a room code, so I'm hosting now.
All right. I'm gonna steal your room code. Right. I need to join lobby. Boom. Connect. There we go. No. Who's saying that? All right. I might have to mute it. I don't know where that's coming from though.
Where what's coming from?
I think. Oh, my Discord. No, it's just the notifications on the bottom of my screen. All right, cool. We're in here now. I gotta find you. I'm gonna get my gun out, so I'm dramatic. Yeah, there's no camera clipping either, which is bad, or camera detection, which really sucks. This was a prototype I put together in a weekend. Well, Shojiki knows it took longer, but hey, we don't need to tell you that.
I'm not
right?
spilling the secrets.
Are you on top of this somehow?
No.
I don't trust you.
No, you can't sue me.
I don't know where this guy is. He can't be anywhere. He can't be anywhere at all. Man.
He could be anywhere.
Oh no. Oh man.
Lay with me.
I don't know where he is. I don't know what he could be doing. I don't know. He could be anywhere. He could be one of us. he could be one of our people. He could be one of our own.
Reminds me of the time that we actually played this game, the Mecha Chameleon, and we both hid in the exact same place.
Yeah, we did. That was crazy. It was like the mode where you like hunt each other at different times. That was so crazy. Once I figured that out, it was like, oh no. Did you search first or did I search first?
I don't remember. I think
you searched first and I may have, or did I search first, but then I kind of spoiled it. Maybe I did. Because I found you And then I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then you're like, wait a second. Oh no.
You should totally do that later.
Maybe.
You know, wink, wink.
Maybe.
The
I was
people
thinking
want to
about
see it.
maybe playing Escape from Duck-Off, but we can play that if you want.
No. Do whatever. It's your stream.
But maybe we should play that later in the week. How about that? Maybe when we find a day to line up.
We need another stream.
Yeah. But back to Scrap Divers stuff. I might load up some new projects. Shujiki, are you gonna stay on, or do you wanna hop off? Because I know that we might. I know we're gonna be doing some top secret stuff later on tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna be partying.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know if you needed to do anything before we went onto that stuff.
No, I'm all free pretty much.
All right, do you want to stay? I'm happy either way. It's up to you. All right, so let's look at. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I can't find the version that I'm thinking of, the one that I really want to show. So we're just gonna hop around. We're gonna hop around real quick. It might take a little bit, but we're gonna find as much as we can because there's some better versions of this project. And I don't wanna not show all the cool stuff, but I definitely have some references. Like I have some references on how I want to do like the inventory. This is a game that I've been eyeing up, but this inventory looks so cool, and I don't want to like one for one it, but I do look at this and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like how you put the little hints or like how the inventory works. Blah blah blah. Yep, that looks right. Cool. Go back here.
Do you have any screenshots of the last time you worked on the inventory?
They would all be in Discord. So I can pull up Discord and search for myself from a specific user.
I mean, you do your thing. I can search for them for you.
Sure. Okay. Do you want to just send them in DMs and I can download them and show?
Yes.
Perfect. But yeah. Speaking of, who wants to complain about my branding real quick?
Oh my gosh.
So, welcome to a little side quest that I like to call Jacob's branding. Years ago,
oh my goodness,
when I was a green little YouTuber, I made this little shape. This shape. And I hate it. I hate it so much. And so, over the years, I kept changing it and changing it and changing it and changing it and changing it, all for it to only ever be the same thing ever.
You guys don't understand.
You don't understand.
90% of the time when we call, it's always about how could we make this look better? And I feel like we had a revelation last night where we're like, oh, this looks like a lightning bolt with a mouse cursor. But I think we're just seeing things because of how much we've seen this logo.
Yeah, I don't think it's even gonna change. Oh no. But hey, anything but developing my game, right? Anything but developing the game. Oh no. It's a shape. It's a shape. We're DevAtlasing it though. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh no. But yeah. Throw that over there. Just so we don't spoil anything that I'm not supposed to. Because we know that I can do that sometimes by accident. Alrighty, let's see.
Oh wow, I'm looking at a lot of beautiful images that we have sent to each other.
Oh no, I don't like that. That's a scary sentence.
And I know a lot of things can come to mind, especially regarding this raccoon.
I know what he's talking about. None of you are allowed to know that. Okay, here we go. This is an older build of the project with also a logo of mine that was older, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, this actually might be what you're showing off now, so I don't know if I should.
Is it not rotating? Is it not working? Well, we'll probably still have to show it. Yeah, I don't think the loading icon's working. That's really sad.
You should tell them about how much you love retopology.
Oh, I hate retopology with a burning passion. And I hate it so much. So much. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is an older version of like the main menu and stuff. Um, kind of interesting. Kind of looks really ugly, but it was the early days. Let me see. Where's GitHub at? Input iteration 10. Okay, so let's look at like 12.
There
Yeah.
should be with like the blue vortex kind of thing.
Yes, there were versions of this that I don't even remember, which is bad. Oh man. All right.
I'm just searching by all the images that you've sent. Oh my gosh, I gotta include that image. All the images that you've sent, and like half of them are just rebranding stuff.
Stop it. No, you can't
It's
say
so
that.
bad.
You can't say that. Oh no. All right. Let's see. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I know nothing changed for most people, and that's the funny part. It's the same thing with everything else I've done. They've got logo animations now. Is there no main menu? There's no main menu. How dare my main menu not work? You can see why there's so many projects. I just kept restarting constantly. It was very bad. Oh man. Yeah, there's not
I
much
gotta like
here. Okay.
almost throw you some of these images
Go
because you're
again.
like old raccoon models.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has been lost to time. I think there's even projects I've deleted that just like had actually cool stuff to look at, but just never kept it. Oh man. It's crazy. I know it's taking a long time to load, but luckily we've got some good stuff, so I'm feeling
You
okay
got
about
somebody
it.
else to help kill the silence.
Yeah, exactly. I got a person. I got a secondary person here.
That's why I suggest next time have some background music.
Yeah, I think the issue is my last stream that I did actually got struck down even when I used copyright free music. So I gotta like go find actual copyright free music to use in a live stream.
I've got a playlist.
I might steal it from you. Because the next I kind of want to do this more often and even do development like modeling and stuff on stream. Let's see. I don't
I sent you quite a bit, by the way.
know. Don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. Oh, no.
Put a
All right.
little bit of a secret in there.
Yep. So I'm just gonna preload them, preheat them. Let's see if this works first, and then I'm gonna show some of these old images. Oh no, we got compiler errors. No. You seen get raw data. Okay, we can do that. If this is the only two changes, we should be good. Get raw data. Insert. Uh-oh. Implicit. And it's obsolete. Implicit conversion. It's deprecated. Use get raw data instead. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
This model has changed so much.
God help me. I don't want to necessarily mess around with that, but what I do know is we can at least look at the main menu. Because... Yep, and it's bad. Yay. Menu canvas, root menu. There we go. Get rid of settings. So there was a few versions of this, and I'm very proud to see at least this stuff. So I was really messing around with a lot of the main menu stuff and the bootstrap stuff because all of that was like 90% of the work is like getting things like networking working, sadly. So let me make sure. Here we go. So here's some images from the past. We got like some of these original raccoon models, and some of them looked really. I hate this. I hate you. You can't do this to me. Some of these original raccoon models looked pretty bad, but over time they got a whole lot better. This was actually a picture of the old inventory system. And it looks really cool. I'm so excited to have it actually be something, have this game actually be something. Because, we had things like armor equipping, we had things like a weapon equipping, and I really want to go back. And I don't want to go back to this, but I do want to, see this stuff work because it's actually so cool. And here's another good close up of an older version of the raccoon where, it looks pretty cool. It was a low poly one, but I think this combined with that old version we looked at earlier, you can kind of see where I'm going. You can dual wield any weapon, you can do all this cool stuff because ultimately it's just kind of like an extraction shooter, but raccoons. I don't even know what the gameplay is going to look like, but I mean, I think I want to have some fun with it, and we're going to see where it goes.
And it's
Um,
so interesting to see, like, I'm trying to scan my screenshots for even older versions of the model where it started out as like a hamster and then it just kind
yeah,
of grew into a raccoon and then, from what you just showed into what it is now, it's insane. It's like,
yeah,
especially when it comes to 3D modeling, I remember when you were like kind of just figuring out Blender and now here you
yeah.
are and this is like a professional model.
And while I can't spoil anything about Mr. Shojiki, he's been working on stuff where I can say the same about him. Seeing that evolution from barely making something like that works to something that might be really cool in a few days is really cool. Um that growth is huge.
It is.
The webcam sync is out of whack. Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh no. Old versions could be skins? That's true. I could see that working actually. They all use the same skeleton and animations. And I have the models. But as you can kind of tell by us looking around, oh man, we still have the errors. That sucks.
I'm
Um,
thinking maybe if people want to see a better webcam, they should donate you money so that way you can buy a new webcam.
yeah, super chats. Super chats are the way to interact with the show. You can ask me questions, and I'll give you a whole 30-second segment. It might even be turned into a short. um, but yeah, we're gonna see what's happening.
Okay.
The reason why we're getting these errors when I'm loading up these projects is because I've changed my Unity editor a few times. So when I go and actually try and organize all of these modules, I'm gonna be installing like 15 versions of Unity. It's really bad. That's my only regret is I didn't stick with the same version. I like to update Unity when I get new stuff. Why new Linux? We're gonna have a Linux version of the game, but all of my creative apps like Premiere Pro don't run on Linux right now, which really sucks. There are alternatives, but I haven't made the jump because I'm too stressed out right now. I need to do things like school. I need to do things like work, and I hate to say it, but Windows for me right now just works, or at least it works as I expect. And I know the issues when they come up, and I can fix them quickly. Whereas with Linux, it's a new territory. I want to do it. I want to switch, but I'm probably going to switch after I graduate and kind of get into life and like move out of my parents' house and all that stuff. It's just not on the radar for me right now. All right, what else do we got here?
Switching to Linux does not automatically make you a better person, by the way.
Yeah, I do think there's a lot of reasons to switch to it, but they don't line up with what I need right now. It does make you a better person. Oh no. And now we have a feud war for the next 30 minutes. I don't know which ones I've clicked already. Let's do marching cubes. Why not? Oh yeah, Shojiki made a render a while ago with the raccoon model.
Long time ago.
Ballin' lighting. Terrible model, but awesome lighting. Um, but
That's
yeah,
when we
okay.
gave him eyes, back when he didn't have proper eyes.
Yeah, he didn't have. That was the first time that raccoon got eyes. 6.3. We'll just round up. See what happens. I'm sure that's part of my issue. Oh man.
Among other
Continue.
issues.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that rebrand.
Let's talk about that rebrand. The next
Which,
live
speaking
stream.
of, I'm looking I'm looking at the YouTube thing, and you know how like there's a little icon in the bottom right corner?
Yes, and that
It's
is
still the floppy
it's
disk.
a floppy disk, which is a different rebrand that I have attempted. I hate
Yeah, for
everything.
like a day.
Bro, stop it. That's so mean. To be fair, that one actually had some votes, but so did the other one, honestly. There was a vote for a new logo a while ago, and people really liked it. Hold on. Remember this guy?
Oh yeah, that's like the hamster,
Oh, it's terrible.
kind of.
Oh yeah, here's some other old images. Oh man, seeing this is so weird. Oh man. All right, let's see
That was a nice
here.
water shader.
Yeah, we've got some. Oh yeah, I did Lego Clash of Clans, and we never released this video. I never actually finished it. Um, this was really fun to work on. I want to go back. We did a live stream on it. Uh, November, December. Oh, I lost my place. That's fine. But we're in here now. So, main menu. Do do do. We getting there. All right, let's see. That's fine. These are all errors that are not mattering. Yeah, all right. I don't know what version of this is. It's very slow. Yeah, it does not like me. Let's see if this is a working example of marching cubes. Okay. Oh, I understand. Okay. Oh, I see. It's a little sphere. Yeah. I was playing around. So this is like the original terrain setup that I built with the old skybox. Seeing what I could do with marching cubes and trying to make it look good.
I remember how much time you even spent on the skybox.
And you can draw. Shojiki made things I'm not allowed to say.
Uh-uh. I never do that.
I have screenshots. No, I'm joking.
I
Oh.
do too.
Oh
You're
wait.
not innocent either.
Oh no. Oh no. But anyway, you know, anyway you cut the cookie, it's an interesting system. So anyway, this is like the kind of system I want to have in the game is where you can actually like mine and actually like do things, collect ore or collect things. Because I think there's a lot of cool game dev stuff that can happen when you're doing that. Um, so I'm very hopeful to see that it can go into different places because it looks so cool. And it's using the same terrain like method that like No Man's Sky or Astroneer is using, where it's like there's only like 16 cases for how triangles are placed, and then you just kind of try and map it out as you render. So it's super efficient. Like I'm getting 40 something FPS, 50 FPS. But to be fair, I'm live streaming. I have so many apps open right now. We got OBS running, I got Photoshop running, I got Unity running, I got all of the stuff going at the same time. So this is also an early version when I didn't optimize it yet. So it was already kind of hitting my performance targets. My computer isn't the best. And this is before any optimizations at all. I think there's chunking, but there's nothing crazy. Like you can see the borders of chunks sometimes, but relatively this system was super clean. Um yeah.
So now it's just time to make a game, right?
I know. I know. Oh. But yeah. What do we got here?
We love the poo texture, by the way.
I know it's bad. I put
I
together
love
like
that.
a shader that let me have like because there's no hard seams on this texture anywhere in here.
Right.
It's
I
all
swear there was
perfect.
at a point where you put in the Minecraft cobblestone texture. I've been like trying to look through my downloads to try and find that build.
Yeah, there was actually some good stuff. Um, hold on, maybe I have it in here. No, I don't. But yeah, I wrote a custom shader that would triplanar texture the whole thing correctly. Um, but if I just add a different material real quick, just so we can see this a little better. Yeah, here we go. This is what the terrain looks like on the left, and then on the right's the texture. That texture does so much heavy lifting to make this look good. And I'm very happy to see it work, you know? Oh yeah, there was also a rainbow shader that I put in at some point. That was a long while ago. Did it replace it? It did. That's okay. We can manually redo it. Um, ooh, that's an interesting thing. Where? There we
Hmm.
go. So if you can see here, right, this boundary around this thing, it's the same amount of triangles, right? But one is just textured correctly. So even though the terrain is really simple, the system for the terrain is really system. Or sorry, the system for the terrain is very
Wow.
system. I hate
English.
it. Um, the system for my terrain may look as fuck. The terrain looks simple. However, with texturing, it can look a whole lot better. There we go. We got it out. Literally by just adding a shader that does things correctly, which honestly could be most of the performance issues. Hold on. Can I actually swap it out and see if it's the shader causing issues? It might not even be all of that. Let me Yate, Yate, Yate. There we go. Marching cubes. I don't think it shows anything. Yeah. This is like 10-month-old code. It does change to that. What the heck? I wrote this code. Where are you doing that? The environment? Player doesn't have code in it. Oh, player does have code in it. Marching cubes, sculptor. No. Yeah, there's nowhere that it's setting the material.
Your
How
game's
annoying.
broken.
Yeah, my game's broken. I haven't even released anything and it's broken. um yeah. I am pretty excited though because no matter what, we're going to have something that's fun to play. Even if it's small, even if it doesn't have like crazy stuff. It may not be the best game on the planet, but I think it's going to be able to be worth its salt. You know what I mean? It's going to be worth existing. And at the end, it's something that I made, so that's cool. That's enough for me. You know what I mean? Uh, and yeah, if you haven't wishlisted my game yet on Steam, you should because it's going to be really
I
fun.
was just looking for that link, but they changed around the shop, and all of Steam is not working for me.
No, but yeah, I'm looking to try and make some more shorts. There's been some viral shorts that I made recently-ish, and I think maybe making some of these and making some game dev shorts would be really nice. Kind of getting back into that rhythm and seeing all this stuff again. A blooper reel? Oh goodness, please help me. I do not want that blooper reel. Now I'm gonna make it for
The
content.
fans want it.
Yeah, the fans want it. I also
Ooh,
really
here's another
like
cool thing.
I also really like the art of the raccoon before it had all the lines and shading because it looks so cool too. Just the whole thing. All of this has been so nice to see. Oh no. Yeah. I guess we can look at my itch.io. So, very long time ago, there was a version of this game called Decibel. And this was when the concept was so far from what it was today. Um, has a lot of the same ideas, like sliding and jumping, obviously running. But it's really cool to kind of see it go from this to raccoon game, right? What else is on my itch? Kloop. I made this for a game jam that I failed. I didn't actually finish the game. I don't think I did. But it was a chicken factory game, which I think's really funny. This was another game from a game jam. I made a video on this. I'm very proud of it. It's also very loud. Mute. There we go. And it's a puzzle game that I built a few years ago now. And the goal is to try and make these little parts line up with the right color. And by using prisms to do this. And when you do it, you get to pass the level. So this was a very fun project to work on. And you get little hints. So these little dots over here are the order you're going to try and get it into. So we know that green is coming out of the middle, but we can try and change these mirror placements to get the right thing. So by placing it like this, we can try and get everything to work. But if I do it wrong, there's a potential for this to happen where you can go infinite, which I find really funny. Boom. Okay. And then I think, boom. No. Boom. No. Boom. No. Boom. I can't even solve my own game.
This guy sucks.
I do suck. Oh, wait. Boom. Okay, red's in the middle, blue's there. Now we just got to get green. Green's in the middle. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, no, I broke it already. Green's in the middle. No. I feel like it has to go. Yes. There we go. I got it. Oh, and this is another fun level. So you can rotate the actual pieces. And where's red coming from? Red's coming from this guy. So I believe if you just do a bit of this and then place them correctly, you may be able to hit it. Yeah. And then all you got to do is just cycle through all the positions until they're all red. There we go. Oh, this was fun. I made a gravity level. And you can like make the colors orbit.
Just post this on Steam now. This is like game breaking. This is revolutionary.
Could be. Oh, the Ace Rolla Jam. That was so long ago. Oh, that sucks to think about. Oh man. But yeah. Boop.
Not sure if I remember how to do it, but you should pin the wishlist link or the Steam page link.
Yes, I can do that. Let me pin the message. There we go. I pinned a message. This is another game I made called Otrio. This was back in the early days. I'm forgetting how to do this. There we go. And Otrio is a very interesting game. It's kind of like tic-tac-toe. Where you got to get 3 in a row. And you can get 3 in a row in a lot of different ways. And this is one of those early kind of like board game recreation things. I think I also have, I got like Tetris 3D in here, which was from actually a Wii U video. This was the same project. I just gussied it up a little bit, but you can play Tetris 3D. And it's a little annoying to get right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yep. And that's why it's bad. Oh man. There we go. Oh, oh no. Oh no. No. Um, but yeah,
Man, you stink.
I do. It sucks. But yeah, these are some fun old
You
projects.
know what doesn't stink though?
Scrap divers.
Greedy bad piggies.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
true, true, true. Scrap divers. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's what I was gonna say actually.
this might look weird on the surface, but I used to teach kids how to code, and a lot of them were 5, and they didn't know how to type. So I built this little game in Itch, and it literally isn't really a game. But what it is you press the J button. Congratulations, you're good. And what we did is we taught the kids how to do typing, right? How to actually use the right buttons on the keyboard and being able to show us like boom, 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 and boom, 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 boom. Like F and J have the little things, how to do the numbers, how to hold down shift and do something. Because programming is hard. And while the younger kids would like do block coding, they still needed to be able to type sometimes, right? So teaching very young kids how to type on a keyboard was very useful. And yeah, we got some old games. Super Popcorn Man. Who remembers Super Popcorn Man? I remember Super Popcorn Man. Look at this. It's Super Popcorn Man. He shoots popcorn in a movie theater. I made this in like an hour because I was late to a game jam that I wanted to join and I forgot it was happening. And literally all you do is shoot popcorn. Ah yes. Infinite game glitch. Perfect. Mini
This
jam.
is revolutionary.
It's revolutionary. It's so good. This will change the world. Harvest of the Damned was an old project too. Oh man, that was forever ago. Forever ago. Um, oh man. Oh no, I forgot about this. Uh ah ah uh
You know, a really sick video would be like remaking some of these games with what you do now,
honestly,
the processes that you do.
I kind of agree. That'd be awesome. Oh, you can tell how bad this was. Oh man.
You got to add ray tracing and whatnot.
Yeah. This is my first attempt at like
Cooling.
a horror game. The character, like everything was done using Blockbench, I think. Oh, come
You
on.
playing
There we
Minecraft?
go. And then a 1. Yeah. You got your soul back. Yay. Magic of
I agree with
Voxel.
one of the chatters
And
when they were saying that it's impressive to see the growth of what you've done in the span of only a couple of years. I mean, some of
yeah.
these are a lot older, but like, I do agree. Even just the time it took from the first Scrap Divers model to what
Yep.
it is now, it's genuinely impressive. And
It is. I mean this game was published on January 6th, 2023. It is now August 25th, 2026, and I'm potentially releasing a Steam game. Does this look like someone who could release a Steam game? No. But, I mean, in a very short amount of time, we've gone from 0 to hero, right? It may not be perfect, but only 2 years after this was I able to do something like Lego Doom, right? Like, and half a million view video where I actually recreated something pretty cool, you know?
even some of
Oh
these
man.
projects, I know it wasn't that long ago, only about a year ago, but it'd be really neat to see you return to some of these.
Yeah. I think part of the reason I don't want to is because there's so many ideas I have that I want to do, but I honestly think that I've been almost holding myself back because I have this level of quality I want to reach that I can't get to yet. I'm almost in like I'm in the worst spot right now. I'm
I feel that.
expecting I'm in the worst spot right now because I expect quality that is super high, a super high bar, 100%, and I never want to see myself at 0%. And right now I'm at like 75%. And the thing is, 75% is still 25% better than I was a year ago, right? I'm not saying I'll ever get to 100. I'll probably infinitely because there's always a way to get better, but like the way that I have jumped tiers in the last few years has been crazy. And I'm probably more like at 30% than I really am 100%, right? But like, I think
I
that
think what it is too is that you've grown so much in such a short amount of time, so that when you don't have like you aren't growing as much as you were, you've conditioned yourself to be so used to the jump that you were at from, a year ago or like 2 years ago to a year ago versus now to, or like a year ago to now. I feel like you were so used to and were so excited about that jump from back then that now you're like,
I've grown.
whoa.
I have
Yeah, and you're
grown.
kind of at like a settling point right now, which
Yeah.
I think there's always room to grow, of course.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, you're really showing the growing thing,
Oh
huh? But
yeah.
like Jacob McGrowing.
Jacob McGrowing.
So, but
I
I
hate you
think
so
you've
much. No, but seriously, no, yeah.
yeah, I think you're at a point where like you're just at a settling point, and I think you're so used to growing that settling isn't comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think you got to get into being comfortable with settling.
Yeah. At least for one project, like Strap Divers or a video. Like it almost is like toxic to try and make every project perfect. Um, you know, going from one to the other. It's almost like a cycle of I can never make something good, you know? Not because I don't think
Well,
I can, but because my brain won't let me finish Lego Mecha Chameleon or Lego Clash of Clans or Scrap Divers even. Um,
and
that's
I
a good
mean,
idea.
you know me and
Making
math. Like,
yeah.
hmm?
I was gonna
I
say
was
a
gonna
chat.
go into something.
Shaggy Lone Wolf. Says like the 75-25 split being like 75% new projects, 25% new, like going back to old ones and making them better with new tricks that I've learned. I think that's a good idea. It's just really rough to go back and see how bad things were. Like it almost makes you want to restart. But no, I actually think that's a really good idea. Is going back to see those old projects. But what were you saying, Joji? So sorry.
I was saying, like, me and math and everybody at Behavior Hack Studios, which if you don't know, go to behaviorhackstudios.com. No, I'm joking. But here's the thing. We make so many different projects, and we have grown through every single one of them, right? I
Yeah.
mean, all the ones that you see on the website, that's not even near as all of them. We've canceled so many because we get this idea, this concept, we have to throw it down and actually put it into practice rather than have it on paper, and we realize, this is really neat, or this is not really neat. And so I feel like you could probably relate to this with scrap divers. Everything that you've done up to this point is all going into this next project.
Yes, it
And I
is.
feel the same way about my thing, right? With this upcoming game, Chompy Party, which if you guys didn't know, no, I'm joking.
Wish list
So,
on Game Jolt. Oh
yeah,
man.
but the thing is that I never want to see any of my past projects as failures. Anything that we didn't actually get out, those are not failures either because we learned something new. And so, whenever you learn something new from something, especially something like, I don't know, learning a new way to do a water shader is a win. So every time
Yeah.
you look back and you're like, man, I didn't get this done, I feel so bad, or it was a failure, or blah, blah, blah. It really wasn't, because at the end of the day, you learned something new. And your now project, whether it be scrap divers or whatnot, it wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for those mistakes,
Yeah.
for those what you consider to be failures. So that's the kind of the philosophy that I've looked at throughout all of the game development that we've done, is that nothing is a failure. It is just
Yeah.
another stepping stone for the next thing to be bigger.
I agree with that. Because I really want to see when I put all the stepping stones together what can happen.
Well, you're looking at all those stepping stones right now.
Yeah. Going back in time. This was an old game where I made a little laser beam like twin stick shooter kind of game, and it's just crazy to kind of see this stuff nowadays. Oh man.
Now, given these stepping stones are a little janky, but
Hey,
I mean,
hey. I
just to
mean
be able to
everything is, right?
see, yeah, just to be able to see where you were even just 2 years ago, even a year ago, compared to what you were doing now. Like especially with the scrap diver stuff, I loved looking at the the 3 or 4 different iterations of the model.
Yeah.
And it might even change, like even with the textures in the future, considering, I know that you looked at the new art that you got and were like, man, I should really try and style this game a lot more like the art. And I think that's a great idea. And I love how the art turned out. I think we all do. I think we're all very excited for this,
Oh
especially
yeah.
because of that art. I know that whenever you got it done, you were so motivated about it. You were like,
Yeah.
dude, this is like, I need to get this done now. And so that's great.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see it as we move forward because I think it's going to be very interesting. I think a good point that someone's making is like the big splashes have been so awesome that it's been so hard for me to go back to making smaller splashes, smaller videos.
Hmm.
I think maybe it would be a good idea for me to make a video about how I got here. But I don't know if I should be making
I
that
think,
before I finish a game, you know what I mean?
I think personally, with how, sorry, I'm kind of eating something too. So
All good.
with how like Lego Doom turned out, I mean that's your most popular video right now. And it's reasonably so. It's a really great video.
Yeah.
I feel like you were so caught up in having to make the next Lego Doom that now you are spending so much time and effort on all these projects to just get there that you need to remember what the effort took to get to Lego Doom. It was probably a lot less effort than you're putting in now,
Yeah.
and it really is a lot of luck based stuff. Like at any point things can just work, and at any point things could just not work. Like your silliest project could be your most popular, and your most dedicated project could be your least popular.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the people get to choose those, not us. But
Yeah, you're right.
so, I mean, what I gotta say is don't try and be the next Lego Doom. Continue to put out a consistent amount of different projects. So, that way one day, maybe something like, the Lego Bad, or not the Lego Bad Piggies, but 3D Bad Piggies, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Mind is all over the place. Something like that could just blow up out of nowhere and become your most popular thing. And it should, because
Yeah.
I was on that video. But what
But
I'm
like
saying is,
seeing
like,
that, yeah, I see what you're meaning. Is like they're like Lego Plants vs Zombies took only 2 months, and yeah, I'm here on
mhm,
month what 8, 9. You know,
yep.
um, yeah, I think
And
smaller
somebody
projects
said
make
draw your
sense.
life.
I could do a draw my life. I think I would make it in my own way, but I think that's exactly what we're thinking is that kind of idea. I did pretty good in this jam. I was I was in the hundreds, which was cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of overlooking some of the things that you're doing. That was really interesting. Like some of these I don't even think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Um very happy with some of my old projects. There's some that are hidden actually on my dashboard. Um Code Quest. This was the original like version of my knockoff to Jackbox, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is. And I just never finished it. This was also my foray into networking. Um but it was always, yeah, okay, yeah, there's some issues. Yeah, that's fine. But always support, yeah, yeah, thank you, Mr. Sir. You are my one of my biggest supporters. Um
It's
but
okay.
it's
Mamig's my
so
biggest supporter.
it's so
Number one
cool to
funder.
see all my people that do stick around. Like this is ROM Plague, but I never actually uploaded a build, which is so sad because I don't have anything other than this page to know that it existed, which really sucks. And then you got some test stuff that we never finished, but Kronos' Praetor was another old project from 2023. Oh goodness. Let's see. I think I know what this is. It's bad though. Oh my god. What is this?
Wow.
Oh man.
That logo is sideways.
That logo is sideways. Ah, very interesting. Oh, what in the world is this? Is this Caesar?
I'm not
I
gonna
can't
lie, whenever
jump.
you were like loading or something, the loading bar was in an interesting place, so I thought it was just growing and wrapping around.
No, that's so bad. It's the same guy. I can't jump anymore. I think my grounded trigger isn't working. See, this is so interesting to look at because I like this game was so long ago.
And you can see how much you've grown since then.
Yeah,
Like you know all of the problems with this.
it's gone. My player's gone. Oh, GMTK 2023. That's crazy. That is crazy. Does this ladder do anything? No? I guess it doesn't. All right. See ya. A breakout game. Yeah. I jumped around Unity versions a lot. I think that's a regret I do have is I was very lax on standardizing my version of Unity. I think it was whatever version I felt was cool at the time. Which is not how you should choose your Unity version. You
I was
should
gonna say, I
choose
remember
your
the
LTS,
HRP test.
please. Choose the long-term support. Save yourself headaches. That's why all of my Scrap Divers projects have so many errors is because they were built in different versions of the game, or sorry, of the game engine.
I'd be really interested to see you visit Unreal Engine in the future.
I think it's on my lists. I was talking with another friend recently about the pros and cons of each engine, and like Unreal is great because it kind of inherently looks better, but it's a I personally I have an issue with C++, right? I don't feel like it's something I can do very well. Um, but I also know that I'm a programmer, right? I can just do it. There's also blueprints, right? So it's like, at the end of the day, is the
For
trade
now.
off of it being Unreal Engine good enough for me to switch to it? I think making at least one game in it would be good. Um, you missed the Ristic Sentinel days. Yeah, me too. I think simple projects is going to be something I need to come back to. I think it's something that I need to look into how I want to present it. And not that I want to do short form content as an only form, but I think that short form content allows me to do some of those things. Um,
Is this ball just stuck?
yeah, it is.
Fair enough.
I think it has some sort of linear drag, which means that it stopped moving up and down when it had low vertical velocity.
Yeah, and
Um,
somebody in your chat mentions a good point about Unreal Engine,
yeah,
how bloated it
it
is.
is.
It's terrible. Like I hate. I gotta go into this tangent about optimizations
Do
in
it.
games nowadays
Yeah,
because like back then when you were limited in everything and had to make your own game engine, like you had to optimize everything by hand. You had to like again build the engine by hand, and so when you did that, you had to cut corners and innovate in areas that you can't do that with Unity or Unreal Engine.
yeah,
Now, to a point, right? But like it's nuts how nowadays, especially with UE5, every game looks the same. It's all Unreal Engine 5 hyper realistic with metahumans and it's I hate it. I hate it so much. But back then, like Far Cry on like the 360, why does that look almost infinitely better than a lot of the games we have now? I've been seeing this on Twitter recently where somebody has been playing Kung Fu Panda on the 360, which an XPEC game, by the way, gotta shout out them. And like their water shader is like infinitely better than a lot of different shaders that they use in games today. And I'm like, where did we go wrong? And I'll tell you that nowadays, when everything regarding Unreal Engine is just kind of being breastfed to you, there's no innovation. And that's kind of the issue.
yeah. Man, it's hard to actually go and like do all of the different things too. Like I feel yeah, actually that's a great point. Unity is build your own tools. Unreal is a toolbox, but it belongs to someone
Right.
else. And then Godot is where you have to do both, but then you own it at the end of the day. But the bad thing with
Hmm.
Godot is that if you wanted to do a PlayStation port, you got to figure out how to port it to PlayStation. You don't get a little package that Unity and Unreal has where you just say go, right?
Right.
Um which sucks. But you know,
It's why, I have such a interest for like the game engine that was used to make Skylanders TFB tool. Like genuinely one of the most insane and beautiful engines I've ever seen, or yeah, just seen, not anything else. It I don't know, just the way they really had to innovate for I'm kind of losing my words, but like
no, yeah,
it's such a perfect game engine. I wish more was documented about it.
I think I messed up.
I don't even know what you're doing.
Nope. Left click, place, delete object. Okay, how do I shift left click, drag, multi delete, number keys, choose building the place? Yeah, but I want to delete something. How do I delete something? B, 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 B. No, B. Ah, okay. Don't even know how to work my own thing. Oh.
This isn't buggy at all.
No, it isn't at all. Boop, boop, boop. Egg. Where's the lightning thing? I think you literally turn the egg into. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm understanding now. Okay, 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 okay. Then you throw them away that way. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think all of the game engines have their advantages and disadvantages. Um, I've been a Unity baby, so obviously I prefer that, but I don't think anyone should just use Unity blindly. It's the same thing why you shouldn't just go use Godot or Linux blindly, right? It just because you're using Linux doesn't make you better, but it may work for what you're doing more, right?
Right. I'm very interested in a lot of the differences, and especially with like how people use like Unity or Unreal Engine. Like
Hmm.
if you guys are wanting to make a 2D game, I don't think Unreal is your pick. I'd
Yeah,
say Godot, maybe. I haven't really messed with Godot, but Unity has worked wonders for me, and it looks like you as well. Um, but it's really interesting. Another thing too is like a lot of people who are graphics savvy really
hmm
want to be like, oh, let's opt for Unreal Engine so that way we can get really good looking graphics. But guys, Unity can look so beautiful. Like I think a lot of people don't realize, like, not even like HDRP aside, which is an amazing renderer, by the
they
way, and
discount
I hate
Unity
that
a
they're
little
killing it
bit.
off. Yeah, but like besides that, in the like what is it, the universal render pipeline, I think
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
yeah. You can get it to look really beautiful if you know what you're doing. And with a lot of the like, Chompy Party is one of the games that we're working on right now. It's beautiful in my opinion.
yeah. It does what you
We
need it to do.
we just recently learned about like bake lightings, and wow, it's amazing.
It's done wonders for you guys. Like it really did transform the project from like, oh, it's kind of flat to like, oh my lord. And yeah, sure, you guys have a
Yeah,
really good way of making your assets, which really helps, but that's not a requirement, right? Just because, you're able to have some good art doesn't necessarily make it a perfect game immediately. It's also just how it fits together in the engine. Um
right.
I think Shaggy Loom has another good point too. Is like where you're experimenting with different styles of the game. I've definitely done a lot of Lego recently, a lot of recreations, but making other more unique stuff is a good idea too. Um, Making fresh ideas, and then also there's other engines other than the big three. Rainbow Kappa, like the Game Maker Studio, is a really good point. Really big games have been
Yeah,
made in
RPG
other
Maker,
engines.
Click Team.
Yep.
Yeah,
Heck, I started
like
out
there's
on
a lot of
Sploder, and I don't think anyone remembers Sploder.
you know.
Sploder.
I also no, you can sorry.
No, it is a super old game maker website, which I think might have actually come back, which is interesting to see. Yeah, here it is. This is what I used to make games on. This is not the first thing that I've done, but this was one of the oldest websites that I had a full account on. Sadly, I do not have my old email, but it was super fun to mess around and build like a Mario Maker style kind of game. And
Wow.
this is kind of how I oh, that's loud. This is how I like made my first games, right? Little crappy
Beautiful,
little
yeah.
things. Yeah.
But I mean, like for a young kid, like this is
Crazy.
amazing.
And then
And
also
I
like
think about like Scratch too. Like I
yeah,
don't think people realize how insane Scratch is if you can get it. Like I've seen people make like 3D renderers. I don't remember. I and don't quote me on this. I swear I've seen somebody almost get ray tracing perfectly working
yeah.
or a ray traced concept. And Scratch is. I mean, you really have to have your patience and really know what you're trying to do. But like, it could be powerful.
X Pro. Yeah, and another thing is like I learned how to code as well through a long list of different things. And during my late middle school days, I would use Khan Academy because what you can do is you can do like an update loop in here, and then you can like build your own physics engine. I'm doing this completely off the random top of my head, so I need to figure out how in the world I'm gonna do this. There we go. No, stop it. Well, actually, yeah. Grab the example. Draw function. Boom. Draw function. Um, you know, I don't know. I think more people should learn how to code that like to do it, I guess. Or
Yeah,
should.
I have a lot of different issues. I like one of my current things is like I don't know how to code, but like, or how do I put it? I say it all the time. I know how to speak the language, but I don't know how to write the language.
Yeah, we were
And
talking
like
about that.
I know what things do, I know how they work, but to actually write it out, like I'm pretty good with like writing like English, right?
Yeah.
Words.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly good about that. My issue is whenever it comes to like reading or whatever, um, I will trail off in my own head, and I'll still be doing things with my hands or like reading, quote unquote, like my eyes will be reading it, but there's no information going into my head. And it's not just a reading thing, it's partially when it comes to like coding too. I just get kind of stuck and then I'll just like stare off and be in my own little world in my head. And it really isn't my thing. Like game
Yeah.
development, game design, like it's something that I'm very passionate about, but it's almost like music. Like you have to like and not saying that you have to be born with it, but like you got to have something in your heart that like tells you to go for it and I feel like it's not all the way there for me, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still excited to see everything kind of come together over time.
Yeah.
Um, see what can happen.
Excited for scrap divers.
Yeah. I
Like it's
don't.
been really motivating for like at least me like after we're done with our stuff and I mean you have an understanding of a lot of the things that we want to do after we're done like I want to do a Steam game. I want to publish a game on Steam. Like I
Yeah.
have countless ideas for like a horror game. I have been wanting to do a horror game since like 2016.
Yeah.
So for the last 10 years, like over half of my life, I've been wanting to make a horror game and I've had countless ideas in my mind. I want to do it at some point. I want to open up, even without math, one day
Yeah.
I'll learn what I need to do and I'll just start doing it.
And even if you're doing it for yourself, right? It's like it's so cool to be able to see that happen.
Right. And regardless of that, like, dude, you know how many people I know, to include yourself. Like, I have so much resources that it's like, if I need help with something, I've got a
Yeah.
lot
You
of
get a lot of
places I
people.
can go. I've got a lot of places I can go for advice or for tips or for learning new things.
Yeah. Let's say it's 0.9. There we go.
Like making a physics engine?
Yeah, that's what I used to do in middle school. Is I would build physics engines in my free time.
Fair enough. Am I boring you that you have to now make a physics
Yeah,
engine?
yeah. How boring does our conversation have to be for me to write a physics engine in the span of time of our conversation? Oh man, I wish I had my
Well, I
old
think you
projects, but
yeah, I think you also kind of showed off a lot of um the scrap diver stuff. Like
yeah,
I'm even looking back at a lot of the old development stuff. I'm like, dude, it's gonna be great when this all happens.
yeah.
And I mean, like, you remember the one night that we had where we just kind of went over how this game could look and how this game could play. You know,
Hmm.
all the different ideas that we kind of threw at the chalkboard, and like, I'm really excited to see everything come together. But I need to see it come together.
Yeah, I do think I want to see this become a real thing. Um, I don't know. Just needs to keep the ball rolling, right?
Yep, move, 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 and be done. It's something that a legendary programmer has instilled into my heart.
I wonder who that is. Anyway,
You know
let's
who that
see.
is.
Yeah, yeah. They don't. Um, JavaScript. There was some really cool projects that I want to see.
And while you do that, I'm trying to read through what Shaggy Lone Wolf is saying. It's kind of like how. Wait, get off my screen. It's kind of like how. Oh my gosh, I'm like hovering over it, and it's like putting something over the message. It's like kind of ridiculous. I've talked about different ideas and concepts. I'm great with coming up with stuff, but implementing, I'm useless. I think that's directed more towards you.
Um, yeah. I mean, I think that's another thing is like even people who can come up with ideas, they're still important because like game design, right? Like
Very.
talking it out is still huge. I know that it still is like, oh man, I wish I could do more, but I still think that like I can see how like useless you might feel, but at the end of the day, like implementing is also playtesting, right? It's also being able to talk to
Right.
people about how this stuff works.
And it's something that I really need to understand for myself a little bit more. But I am on a team of people. I'm not a programmer. I wish, I could, but that's like the meat and that's like the structure of those projects. Sure.
Yeah,
But like, I have a job, and my job is, getting people together, keeping people motivated, and, between that and 3D modeling and visuals. So I have my own job. It's not necessarily programming or game designing, but it is also game designing, right? It's not designing the functionality, it's designing the idea, it's designing um the looks of things. And that all kind of comes down to being a game designer, right? And so
yeah,
I sometimes feel kind of useless as well, where I'm like, I really wish I could be a part of the meat and potatoes of this project and be able to, program like these guys are. I mean, Math and Bone, like they're freaking geniuses when you can get them to work.
yeah,
Um, so it's like I feel almost useless seeing what they're doing compared to what I'm doing, but I need to take a step back and be like, what I am doing is equally just as important as what they're doing. Even though I'm not programming things, I'm making their program actually come together and look good. I'm getting people together, like all of the developers that we know and like talk to.
yeah,
Like I had to get everybody together for this, and it's not easy. It takes time, and to not only do that, but to get everybody on board. Like there's always a process, but you always have your own job. And your job can be game designer without being programmer.
yeah. Oh man, this just makes me excited looking through all this stuff and talking through game design stuff. Like I don't know, it makes me really want to get like a demo, at least for my circle of people, the Discord people. Join the Discord so you could potentially play the game
Right,
really, really,
guys.
really early. Wishlist the game on Steam.
Hold on. Oh man, the chat reset. I had the freaking link on hand.
Oh man. All of the helps, guys. Every wish list really pushes it to the next level. We're really throwing ourselves at the wall in a good way to kind of throw everything that is me into this, but also like everyone has said, and like I said, at the end of the day, I also have to post all my other stuff, right? Post some other projects, and I think we're gonna see a lot more from me in the next couple of weeks here, trying to figure out what I want this to be moving forward. So expect some more live streams at least, because we're gonna talk it through, play some games, definitely play some other stuff, but yeah, I feel like we kind of did what I set out to do today, huh? Talked about scrap divers,
Yeah.
showed you guys what I've been up to. Did some clip
Kind
farming.
of had like a philosophical game development discussion. It kind
Yeah.
of was. I was like in the zone.
So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for all that good stuff. Wishlist the game on Steam. Let's join the Discord. Talk with us. I'm on there a lot. Yeah, y'all have been here for me, so I want to try and keep this train moving.
We're giving out a Steam key for scrap divers for everybody who joins the Discord right now.
I can't say that out loud. That's not a promise.
Yeah, that's why I
Shoji is
said
not
it.
representative of my views. Oh no.
But join the Discord, and
But join the
maybe
Discord.
you'll get a Steam key. Maybe.
But yeah. Yeah, welcome to the team here. We're gonna try and get this stuff going. I definitely expect more live streams from me, because I think we'll be doing things like 3D modeling, game design, general work. Even if it's not us talking like this or playing games, I do want to play games too. But putting together some shorts from these live streams and then doing that is like a good bare minimum as we move. Oh no, I'm getting messages. That's never a good thing. No one messages me. Oh yes, our favorite version of me.
Yep. Just to close out, this is what we need to look at for the rest of this stream.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Thank you everybody for joining. I will see you all eventually. Expect at least live streams and shorts from now on, but you never know what's going to happen, right? So I don't want to promise when a video might be, or promise when a game might release. I think it'd be really funny to release a game around GTA 6, but I don't think that's possible, sadly. But we're gonna try and get there. So thank you all, and I will see you guys next time. And yeah, bye.